What's
He don't
that?
be quiet. All right, we
Great
live.
message.
We live on YouTube. Don't y'all pay no attention to Dr. LaFerra. Ain't nobody studying her. No link in her emails. Ain't nobody studying her with all of that. Okay, so we are waiting for the video to connect over on my other monitor so that I can grab that link and put it in our free business mastermind group so that our community can conveniently join us on the Facebook Live and in the live chat. Okay, I got my link. Let's put it in here so that everybody can come and play with us. Oh, that might have been in tune a little bit. Almost, almost, almost. Okay. So we got it in the group. Let me make sure I can see the live chat. And I can. Oh, we ain't gonna keep singing though, because y'all know if y'all was violating that, I've been clicked you off of here. So let me just act right. All right, it's official. Welcome to your first Six Figures morning show, where every show is intentionally more of an interactive coaching and training experience to position you, the online service-based entrepreneur, to generate your first six figures by learning how to make the money and create time freedom. This week's blog is at shaycannon.com/over. That's shaycannon.com/over. Because what we're talking about this week is that I need you to stop overcompensating and under earning in business. Okay. Overcompensation in business often comes from, you being well intentioned and having a desire to prove more value or stand out or secure more success. But at its core, overcompensation is an act of doing, giving, and creating more than what is necessary. And most of the time, we're overcompensating for perceived shortcomings and insecurities. Okay. So there are four main areas that we as online service-based businesses tend to overcompensate in. The first area is with your offer. In creating your offer, you're already overcompensating. If you want to hear more about that, plus get 10 strategies on how not to do that, go to yesterday's replay where we talked about the offer. Today, the second area we're going to talk about is in your marketing. In your marketing, okay? Overcompensating in marketing often leads to you expending significant effort on activities that fail to generate meaningful results, right? How many times have you felt like, hey, I'm doing all the things and I'm not getting what everybody else seems to be getting? I'm doing all the things, right? So it's not from lack of doing, it's from lack of overdoing in areas that's not giving you any results, okay? So by focusing on quality over, by focusing on quantity, my bad, over strategy, what you risk is that your efforts are not good enough. Okay. You're diluting the message when you're trying to convey exactly who you are, exactly who you serve, and exactly how you serve them. So instead of establishing a strong, recognizable brand, sometimes what we do is we kind of scattershot or oozy approaches, creating noise that can overwhelm potential clients and erode trust. All right. So effective marketing is not doing more. It's all about doing what matters most. That's the key. Okay. So this is why I'm always harping to you guys on niching down. It's why I'm harping to you guys about clarity. Because see, when you have clarity, then most of your efforts are very concise and laser streamed. Okay. When entrepreneurs prioritize clarity and alignment in their marketing efforts, what can happen is you get deeper connections with the audience and achieve greater impact with fewer resources. I have a client right now that we're trying to redo her marketing. And one of the things that she said was, she didn't see a significant difference in her views when she stopped posting as much as she was posting. When she just started focusing on better topics and going deeper instead of wider, she kept the same amount of views, but she got more engagement. Okay, so that's what the blog is giving you. But on this here morning show that I give you more. So I'm gonna dip into these show notes. Let me see if I can find them. Here they go. But first, we're going to say hello to Glow over here on the YouTube side. All right. So I have 10 actionable strategies to help you not over market. Okay. Now, the question for today is going to be, in what ways might you be over marketing in your business? And was there a strategy mentioned out of the 10 that may help you? Okay, so that's going to be the question that we're going to ask. And Dr. Tachi, I see you in the hot seat. You'll be first down there. I don't know how you got down there when Shawana was the last one creeping in at the bell, but unfortunately you at the bottom, Dr. Tachi, so I'm gonna start with you. So let's go into our 10 actionable strategies to keep us from over marketing. Number one, identify your primary marketing channel, okay? When you are, especially on social media, you need to have 1 to 2 channels where you target your audience and you're more active and you're creating content in the way that that platform wants it, okay? So 1 to 2 of those. The others should be like repurposing. It should be easy over there because you're not creating things specifically for it. So in case you don't know, if you've never heard me say it, I have a 3S system for content. 1, I have a star platform. That's the one I'm going to give it everything I got. It's the one that I'm relying on the most. I get the most engagement. I probably have the most followers. It's the most quality of my platforms, the star platforms. The second one is the secondary platform. I'm going to repurpose some and I'm going to create a little bit for that platform because it's my second highest performing platform. Third is my seed platform. And it's just one that I'm only repurposing. I'm not creating nothing new for it, but I'm just trying to see, can I catch any engagement in case number 2 goes down? Can number 3 come up, right? So if the secondary goes down, can the seed pop up to now be in the secondary position? So I do a 3S content, what we're going to call method. Okay. So you guys can try that out, but trying to be omnipresent, I'm going to tell you in 2025, that's not going to work very well because each of these platforms are changing their algorithm to more and more cater to what they want for that particular platform. So in case you intend on focusing heavily on each platform to give each one of them what they need, it's not going to work out well with you just trying to repurpose to 7 different platforms. So pick 3. Number 2, develop a clear marketing plan, okay? A clear marketing plan. Some of y'all are over here running back-to-back events and doing this and doing that and just kind of doing stuff as you feel it. And when you look back, you have done a lot of stuff and garnered nothing for it because you didn't have a plan, okay? So you're going to create a detailed plan with goals, targeting audience profiles, key messages. You're going to do metrics. You're going to do some KPIs, okay? And you're going to stick to the plan to avoid wasting resources. And let me tell you something. If you have a team that you are working with you in your marketing efforts, it is fair that you have a plan and that you give your team time to execute in excellence with your plan. You deciding today that we're going to have an event next week is not time. And you're being unfair to your team. In fact, it probably feels to them like you're dragging them through their job every time. So you need to have a plan. They need to already know this month what they're doing next month. Okay? Have a plan. Number 3, emphasize quality over quantity. Okay? Again, I have a client, she only has 100 and something videos on her YouTube channel, and this baby girl got like 24K subscribers. I got almost 1,000 videos and I just hit 400. That's letting me know I have to try something different that is going to be of more quality. And I have figured out what that is after a lot of research. And that is because I'm not uploading a lot of videos. I go live a lot, right? I go live Monday through Thursday. And so the algorithm for YouTube is only giving me watch time and subscribers for who is really kind of watching live or catching me live because that's what I'm focused on. And that's only in the mornings. And so working against that, what I found out is on my channel and on most of YouTube, people are watching in the afternoons. About 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. is when most people are watching my type of content, which makes sense because most of them are what? Jobpreneurs, right? Or they are full-time entrepreneurs that, you know, they got their morning started, they're dealing with clients, and then they may come in looking for some research or working on their business in the afternoon and looking for more information. So I start using all of that to do quality over quantity. Yes, Dr. LaFair, I did the research, baby. Look, I was bothering Dr. Latoya with my research yesterday. I know she was like, if she inboxed me one more screenshot, I'm a blocker, Jesus. But okay, number 4, Define your niche and stick to it. Okay. Define your niche and stick to it. This is why I tell you to have one main thing that is your forward-facing offer, and everything else that may solve the same problem, but for a different type of person in the avatar needs to stay in the back room. Okay. So think about a storefront, a physical storefront. There are only certain things that go in the window. Everything else is in the store or in the back room. Everything is not forward facing for that marketing. You cannot start trying to bring all that stuff out. It doesn't work well that way. Okay. So define your niche and stick to it. So get crystal clear on your unique value proposition. All right. An ideal audience. Tailor everything in your messaging to speak directly to their needs and their desires. Cool beans. Number 5, leverage repurposed content. So we want to maximize our efforts by turning one piece of content into multiple formats. Okay. So you guys know I have this morning show. I turn it into a 2-minute upload. When I do a recap, I can chop it up into clips and they can get clips of the live show. This whole thing comes from a blog. So it's repurposed in a different format from the blog. So you can take one piece and make it many pieces. Okay. So those are some examples. Number 6, use data-driven decisions. I'm on it this year. Let me tell you how I'm going to be KPI'd out because I only want to make data-driven decisions this year. When I went back over my 2024, I found some opportunities that were missed because I didn't ride a wave. And then I found some opportunities where I was wasting resources because I kept doing something that didn't work, but I didn't know it wasn't working yet. Okay. So use data-driven decisions. Regularly analyze your marketing metrics to identify what's working, what's not. Focus your efforts on the strategies that are working, and let's stop sooner than later the things that are not working. Now, that don't mean that the first time that you do something, you stop if it don't do what you think it should do. You still got to give it time to give you data to tell you something, okay? Keep that in mind. Heather said the whole list is sending me. It's sending you. Look, that's some UK shit, ain't it? It's sending me. Isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, let me stop. See, Heather, cut it out. You come back and you disrupting the class. All right. Number 7, engage strategically on social media. Yeah, the Alabama came out, Dr. LaFair. Engage strategically on social media. Spend intentional time engaging with your audience rather than aimlessly scrolling and trying to respond to everything. Okay. Because we'll respond more to other people's content and forget to respond to the people that gave us the grace of commenting on our own stuff. Focus on your own stuff. Okay. So build meaningful relationships by doing that. Number 8, balance organic efforts with paid efforts. We did a whole week on the best way to run paid ads. Go back to that week. If you don't know how to run them or you need help running them. If you took our Foo Fighters organic marketing workshop last year, then go back to that information where I was very, very detailed on what paid ads you should be running on which level of the lead funnel. But when you are ready to have wider distribution, when you are ready to have more followers and more influence so that you have more impact, you're going to have to add paid ads and paid reach to your organic reach. All right. So use a mix of organic content for community building and paid advertising to scale visibility without overloading what you're doing on your organic side. Number 9, simplify your content calendar. Okay. Simplify your content calendar. Plan your content around key themes or campaigns instead of just trying to cover way too many topics. Okay. A part of my 2025 planning is I know top level what I'm talking about every month. Okay. Top level, know what I'm talking about every month. So at the end of the month before, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to go way more detailed on the week and the day of the coming month. I know what I'm talking about now. Right. And it should line up with the things that you're promoting. So guess what else I have to know? What I am promoting every month. Okay. So get all of that together because your marketing plan is not just your social media. It's also your promotions because guess what? Your promotions and your content should be aligned. You should be talking about the things that will attract people to what you're about to sell. Yeah, that's how that works. Okay. Number 10, last but not least, set boundaries on word of mouth efforts. Set boundaries on word of mouth efforts. What do I mean by that? I need you to encourage referrals, but you need to have a structured program. Okay. So you need to have a referral program for your clients, and you need to have an affiliate program for people who are a fan but maybe have never worked with you, or just those affiliate marketers that think that you have a good thing to sell that they can make money off of. Okay, we need these structured efforts. Now in 2025, we need to diversify how we're bringing in this income. That's how we're going to hit our goals, not just doing the one thing. We got to do it in different ways. And so why not create this sales team from people who have either already gotten a transformation from you, or people who are a big fan and want to tell everybody about you? Create these programs so that it's a win-win. All right. So encourage referral structure by doing affiliate programs with a commission and referral bonuses. So instead of relying solely on just word of mouth, put some stank on it. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the 10 without all the extra, so to make sure that you got it. And the question is, in what ways might you be over marketing in your business? And was one of the strategies mentioned out of the 10 helpful for you? We're going to start with Dr. Tachi when I'm finished giving you the 10 again. Something is biting me, y'all, and I just don't like it. Cut it out. I know I taste good, but cut it out. Okay, number 1, identify your primary marketing channel. Number 2, develop a clear marketing plan. Number 3, emphasize quality over quantity. Number 4, define your niche and stick to it. Number 5, leverage repurposed content. Number 6, use data-driven decisions. Number 7, engage strategically on social media. Number 8, balance organic and paid efforts. Number 9, simplify your content calendar. Remember, we're supposed to be doing content and promotions. Number 10, set boundaries on word of mouth efforts. All right, let me check over here on YouTube. We got Glow over here thinking. She said, So the question, and we're going to start with Dr. Tachi, is in what ways might you be over marketing in your business? Which, it almost sounds like, how the hell can I be over marketing? Can you ever market enough? It's about the results you're getting for all the effort that you're giving. Okay. That's what's making you over market. Are you doing too much and not getting enough back? Okay. And was any of the strategies mentioned out of the 10 could be of any help? Dr. Tachi.
A, I don't know. B, I'm looking at emphasizing quality over quantity.
I like that. And so I'll tell you that anytime we want to emphasize quality over quantity, that is when we have to apply structure, right? Anytime that you are talking about something that is less but wanting to make it have a bigger impact, that is always going to be structure. Think about it. When you don't have a lot of money, you default to a budget, right? That's the structure. When you don't have a lot of time, you default to what can fit on your calendar and your time management. That's structure. So it's not necessarily about restricting it. It's about making sure that what you're spending that resource on is the priority. That's what it is. When you budget your money, you want your money to go to your priority first before you run out. When you budget the time, you want your time to go to your priorities first before it runs out. When it comes to your marketing, you want to spend it on the things that work the most before you run out of gas. Okay. So I like that, Dr. Hachi. Thank you so much. Shawana Kennedy Media. In what ways might you be over marketing in your business? And was there a strategy mentioned that may be of help?
I don't necessarily know that I'm over marketing, but I do agree with what and how Dr. Tachi said it, but because I don't really know that I'm over marketing. It may be where I don't even want to say niche it down. I mean, I guess fine tune it to really kind of go for the ideal client for 2025. Because I don't think I'm overdoing it. It's really still trying to grab a hold of the people that need to see it for me.
Love it. Love it. All right. Let's go to Dr. Latoya. Dr. Latoya, first of all, I don't even know if it's possible for you to overmarket, but I'm interested to know what your answer to this question would be, because you are definitely one of those that you ain't finna spend too much time on something that ain't working. But in what ways might you be overmarketing in your business? And if you find a way out of your very structured way of not wanting to waste your own time, will one of the 10 strategies help?
Well, I will say that I want to say I'm giving much thanks and appreciation to the roadmap session, and the work that we've done, because what it has done is really made me laser focused. And although really made me laser focused in having the plan. So if I had to say that I was over marketing in a way, it would be that it's like I wasn't concentrating on one thing at one time. And so what felt like a lot of energy being expended was really just because I was expending it in multiple ways. And right now, with creating the plan that we created, it's like I can do even less now.
Yeah.
I can do even less because the momentum of like everything is just naturally feeding off the next thing. It's like I launched the book and I had a wonderful book launch plan for the Akashic Record book, and it just didn't happen because, whatever. But because it was timed with all of the other, like the email sequences, and like it was timed with everything. Like when I go to my Amazon page, I'm like, wait a minute, we making sales. What's happening? Right. And so I just think that the focus is great. And now we're getting ready to switch the energy to the ancestor stuff, but it's like the momentum from that one thing will already have its own thing. So that's what I would say. I would say really just being clear about my plan, focusing on the one thing and funneling all my energy into that. And it's like, okay, now let's move on to this next plan. Even though I was resistant, now I'm thankful and I love it.
Great. And you got the key word, right? Momentum. Because a lot of us, because we don't have a plan, you just start and stop stuff all the time. You never give stuff a time to get off the ground, or right when somebody's paying attention to that, now you're not even talking about that no more. So yeah, that was great. Thank you so much, Dr. Latoya. I'll tell you another thing is, in my research yesterday when I was bothering Dr. Latoya, is something else that showed me why it's super important to niche, and that in 2025 we need to super niche. As I was over there doing my research on YouTube, and because y'all know I'm super niching in 2025, I'm going to talk about, female online service-based entrepreneurs, without a team under 6 figures. Like I'm really going to go in on all of that, right? But the more niche you got, the fewer people you were competing with noise, is what I saw yesterday. Like I literally was looking at the data, and the more I added on to it, the more I can own that space. And I said, this is what it is. So right when you think that, oh, I want to keep it wide and open so that I can get more people, those people aren't listening to you. Again, if you market to everybody, you're marketing to nobody, because nobody's listening. Nothing catches their ear in that is exactly for them. And people are looking for specialists in 2025 more so than any other time, because they don't have time nor money to waste right now. Right? So they're looking for somebody that is super niche, that is a specialist, because they equate that with somebody who is more likely to have more success with helping them. So you cannot be afraid to niche down and niche down even more. And the bonus is, when you start putting that content out for that super niche person, you start owning this space very quickly. That helps your organic, right? Again, I have a client right now with the YouTube channel, only 100 and some videos, and 14K subscribers. She's super niched, right? Dr. Latoya is super niche. So now that she's only talking about Akashic records and only talking about ancestor healing, right? Some of that stuff ain't nobody else talking about. They don't know what she know. That was her gift, right? So niche. All right, let's go to Dewana. Dewana, in what ways might you be over marketing in your business, or were you over marketing in your business? And will any of the strategies we talked about today be helpful to you? See if Dewana can come off the mic.
Good morning. Well, in the old business, I probably was over marketing, and then I got it down to Black women and their eating habits and so on and so forth. So, in this current business that I'm running, because I had to shut down cooking for a little while, but in the health business, I am niching it down to a bald's best friend. You can have long hair, short hair, but really and truly, this is for people that want their hair to be cozy in the wintertime and to be cute at the same time if you're suffering from chemo or alopecia or whatever the reason you are bald. Mm-hmm. So, that is where I'm really, really leaning to. I'm not trying to knock the people with hair out, but bald people, we want our heads to be cozy.
Yes, I love that. But guess what? People with hair understand that they can wear a hat.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? They still gonna buy it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I love that. Niche down. Yes, yes. All right. Cheryl, in what ways might you be over marketing in the way that I have defined it for you today? And will any of the strategies that we mentioned be of help to you? Let's see if Cheryl is available. She was kind of yawning earlier when she said good morning. She might be over there and knocked out like she did on us yesterday. All right, we're going to go to Keith. Keith put his comments in the studio chat. So he said, I need to set clearer boundaries around word of mouth referrals. While I deeply appreciate my clients sharing their positive experiences, I've noticed I sometimes feel pressure to take on every referral that comes my way, even when the projects aren't quite the right fit for my schedule. Ooh, we want that problem, don't we? So I think I need to be more intentional about guiding my referral network by better communicating my ideal client profile, project scope, and availability. This will help ensure I maintain the quality of my work and avoid overextending myself while still nurturing these valuable relationships that have helped my business grow. That was amazing, Keith. That was like reading poetry. Yes, all of that, Keith. Okay, let's go to Dr. LaFera. She up and at 'em early, and she was on this thing late, giving value last night. Dr. LaFera, in what ways might you be over marketing as you've learned this morning? And is there a strategy that we talked about today that might be of help?
One is I've been working on having a clear marketing plan. Because now I'm doing a lot of stuff on the role of sugar in chronic illness, and I know that I didn't really want to focus on that before, so I didn't. And so I'm focused on it. I have my offer going, and all of my content is directed towards that. So I'm going back and looking at like the data-driven decision stuff too, like
Yes.
more the type of content I did last year to see like what was best, like what type, so I could do more of that.
Okay. I love it. All right, Kimberly, we know you're probably at the Dream Funder, but you can use the studio chat to answer the question of the day. And meanwhile, we'll go to Heather. Heather, what ways might you be over marketing in your business? And was there a strategy that we mentioned today out of the 10 that may be of help?
So I really haven't been doing much in business for the last couple of months because I was focused on those super fun elections. But what I did, when I said this whole list is sending me, it's because what I recognize is that, well, I already knew about the 3S marketing system, right? Because of the workshop. But I don't have a content calendar. I should have one. You'd think I would. And I definitely need a clear marketing plan. I know I have the blueprint, but I need to update it a little bit and put it to work again. Because when I was working it, shockingly enough, it worked. So what do you know? So I have to do that because that at least it gives me And also then with the 90-day content plan using the 3S system, it really gives me targeted actions
Yes.
and then allows me to measure the efforts, so I just have to get back to that.
I love it. I love it. Over here on the YouTube side, Glow says she needs to leverage and repurpose content. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So we've talked about so far with overcompensating, which makes us under earn just by default, right? Yesterday we talked about the offer. Today we talked about over marketing. Does anybody have any questions about either of those? Or any value adds that you want to talk about when it comes to either overcompensating in your offer or over marketing? Anybody have any questions? What you got, Dr. LaToya?
I was going to back to the over marketing and the niching. It's like all of the things come together. I know when you teach us, the various points, the point is for them to come together.
Yes.
But in the marketing, what I also realized just recently, right, with the plan and the clarity, is I hire the copywriter, and what she's been giving back to me has the first, like, it made me uncomfortable because it was like, wait a minute, she's bragging, right? There was this one statement, it was like doctorate level. I was like, no, we don't need to tell the people that. And then it was, but no, this is a part of, if your niche is this, if your target market is this, the way that you get to your target market are by really highlighting your selling points. And
Yes.
the way you don't get the people that you don't want is by using this language. And so the feels completely different, even though it's it's the same ideas, but the responses have been exactly what I've been wanting. So kind of going back to the over marketing, before it wasn't that it didn't work, it just was working in a way that I wasn't necessarily excited about. And so the clarity from all of those other things that we've talked about is really now bringing in that aligned person with just a lot less work. So that's my.
So was she able to use your blueprint to start hitting those targets like that?
Yeah, so I gave her like my ideal client avatar. And then what she did was she wanted me to send her like a lot of my videos, like things where I had been talking, where I was just naturally in flow. And so she was pulling stuff from out of there. But I gave her that, and I gave her our like client roadmap, our journey for our client roadmap. Yeah, it's been very interesting.
And let me tell you,
See the stuff that comes back.
I have found, even on my service side, that when I create those roadmaps for them and they hire new people, all you got to do is get those people that roadmap and they understand better than you trying to tell them something, or better than you trying to wait and they produce something and you give feedback. It always ends up giving you a better initial product from them than if you didn't have that roadmap and share it with them. So yeah, when you guys figure out your marketing profile, even if you don't have a roadmap, you should be having this whole list of traits about your ideal client. You should have this whole list of pain points. You should have this whole list of what these people desire as a transformation, as what you sell, right? You should have a list of maybe even frequently asked questions. You can start with that, right? But you should use this profile for marketing that you're building and share it with all of your service providers, right? Even Keith coming in and, on graphic design, and Shawana coming in on video. If you were to give them some type of marketing profile or roadmap about your business, they're going to produce better products for you. So yes, please niche down, get clarity, all the things. I'm telling you, it helps everything in your business. Thank you for that, Dr. LaToya. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to add, or a question about overcompensating in your offer or over marketing? Let's see. Tomorrow we're going to talk about overcompensating with resources. I can't wait to talk about that one, because one thing about not being clear, you always going to use way more resources than you're supposed to. And if we go back to that money situation, right? A budget, again, is not to restrict you from doing what you want to do. It's actually to empower you to make sure you're spending money on your priorities first before you run out of money, right? But if you the type of person that you don't have a budget and you get your check and you just go to town swiping, and then next thing you know, the swipe stops, and then you realize you haven't paid some key things. Now you don't know what you're gonna do in between paychecks. That's that feeling. That's that thing, right? So we definitely want to apply structure to the things that we don't have a lot of, especially, okay? Not that we want to waste any other time. We want to be a good steward at all times. However, when you don't have that much of something, it's definitely the time to bring in that structure so that you can prioritize your resources. So I can't wait to get into that tomorrow. All right, let's go to the announcements. All right. So these 10 strategies are in my show notes. There are only 2 ways to get my show notes. Number 1 is to be in our free business mastermind group where all show notes live in the files section. I usually upload them sometimes on the broadcast day. The other way is you can get the show notes and the entire morning show in your email inbox. So you can go to shaycannon.com/show to sign up. And what you're going to get is an email in the morning reminding you to hop on the YouTube live, and you'll get an email in the afternoon with 2 links. One to the replay of the show and one to my show notes. Okay. So go to shaycannon.com/show, sign up to get the whole morning show in your inbox. All right. Yesterday we had a Get Shit Done work session. We have another one on Friday. And this one is from 1 to 5, and the free group is invited. So please come and get shit done with us. You are invited to take part in the last half, whereas the paid members had yesterday, and they have the full session on Friday. So details are where? In our free business mastermind group. Go get the event details. All right, to find out more about me, your host, Shay Cannon, how to join our free business mastermind group and to get any links or resources that we talked about today, look down in the description. If you haven't already, do me a favor and help us out and give us a thumbs up on this episode. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and understand that this information we're talking about, overcompensating, it's one video out of a series. So make sure that you're checking out the other videos. And so I want you to have a great day. We'll be right back here on tomorrow. But for now, the studio is closing in 5, 4, 3.